In Nigeria, the pursuit for higher education seems to be an all-consuming passion. There's a question that we must ask ourselves at this time. How relevant, how impactful are these degrees in the ever-changing modern world that we live in today?
Education is often described as the key to success, and the certificates are seen as the access code to this success. The question also remains, like Thelma asks, are certificates alone enough?
Are the certificates enough, just standing on their own? Because we do know that over 1.5 million young and hopeful people write the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board exam annually. We do know that in 2016, out of that number, only about 416 students were successful. We now know very clearly what challenges young people who aspire to be graduates face.
Our big question today is, what matters beyond the academic qualification? We'll try and answer these questions and more on today's show. I am Patience Eloyi Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show coming to you live from the network service of the NTA. We are also on YouTube at NTA Live.
Is it merely about pursuing these degrees, or should the focus be on helping our young ones know new skills and get ready for the world as it is today in a more practical than theoretical way? My name is Thelma Obaze. I very warmly welcome you to Weekend Deal as we focus strongly on life beyond the certificate. You must also know that Weekend Deal is streaming live on Instagram and TikTok at NTA Network. We can't do this without you. We ask you, come on, walk right in and have this conversation with us. Our experts will also be here to help us to fine-tune a clearer path for our young people in Nigeria.
It's a new dawn, Emadide. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbéra ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọba ọ̀run tí ó ṣọ́ wa dọjọ́ òní. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rorí ká sọjí ká wá iṣẹ́ ṣe nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la. Agogo ń lọ lójoojúmọ́, ọlọ́jọ́ ń kájọ́, ẹ̀dá ò fiyèsí rárá o. Ojúmọ́ ìrètí mọ́ mi o. It's a new dawn. Let's wake up to life. Come on, everybody. Ojúmọ́ ire ló mọ́ mi o. It's a new dawn. Ẹ má dìde. So, keep on working. Don't give up. Keep the smile on your face. Hey. Hey, just keep on smiling. Don't give up. Just keep the smile on your face. Hey, Marunumo, just keep on. Now listen. I don't lose my reading and I'm feeling so empty. I head on the blow and I won't go polo. What I only have to do, cheap jobs. You know they bring pay, but I'm still satisfied. Deep in my heart, I know there's a hope for me. And I'm gonna push on 3 times time. I keep pressing on, I keep moving on, I keep pushing on. So the race is not for the swift, or is it for the strong man? Is it to the one that hopes in the Lord on high? Lord, I know. Keep on working, don't give up, just keep a smile on your face. Hey, hey, just keep on smiling, don't you give up, just keep a smile on your face. Marunumo, Marunumo, yeah. Ọmọ mi ṣeun rere tìrẹ dára o. Ọmọ mi gbọ́ tèmi tìrẹ dára o. Ọmọ mi ṣeun rere tìrẹ dára o. ọmọ mi gbọ́ tèmi tìrẹ á dára o. Ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere gbàdúrà fún mi. Bàbá mi máa ṣeun rere gbàdúrà fún mi. Bọ́mọdé bá hùwà burúkú wá ní ìyá rẹ̀ ló kọ́. Bọ́mọdé bá hùwà burúkú wá ní bàbá rẹ̀ ló jọ. Ìyá mi fọ̀nà tó dáa hàn mí láyé. Bàbá mi fìwà tó dáa hàn mí láyé. Ayé tí mo wà yìí kò máa yé mi o. Ẹ̀yin ni Ọlọ́run kejì mi láàyè. Ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere, bàbá mi máa ṣeun rere. Ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere tìrẹ á dára o. Ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere, bàbá mi máa ṣeun rere. Ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere tìwa á dára o. Let's sing together. Ṣeun rere, ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere, bàbá mi máa ṣeun rere tìrẹ á dára o. Ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere, bàbá mi máa ṣeun rere. Ìyá mi máa ṣeun rere tìrẹ á dára o. Óyá ọ̀rẹ́ mi ẹ ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ẹ ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́.
That's beautiful.
Nice one.
Abraham Abiola, a.k.a. Mr. Musical. Well done. That was a beautiful way to just raise the tempo of our show this morning. Let's see his profile.
Many thanks to Mr. Musical. Great to have you on Weekend Hill. He has played in several places like the Transcorp Hilton, Nikon, Noga, Sheraton, beyond the African continent and in the world. And it's great to have you today on our show doing the stuff that Alicia Keys and Elton John do, playing the keyboard as well as singing. Nice to have you. Well, Magdalene's been busy, and her package sets the tone for our conversation today. It's all about beyond the certificate. What else is there to ensure that our modern day youths and students fine-tune their skills and hold their place locally and internationally? Magdalene, I know you've been doing the work. Please share what you found.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently.
They studied hard, earned their degrees, and dared to dream. But the reality that meets many Nigerian graduates is far from the promise of success in a society where having a certificate is no longer a guarantee for employment.
As you can see, I'm already in my uniform and I want to acquire the knowledge of nursing. But then again, it's expected that when I leave this place, I am supposed to start practicing. But unfortunately, the country, you cannot count on it. So I want to add something related to nutrition and dietetics so it can go in line with my course. So even if I don't do the nursing, I can still help improve people's lives, starting from what they eat, because they are what they eat. So if you don't eat healthy, then how then do we take care of you?
According to the National Bureau of Statistics, unemployment in Nigeria is rated at 4.3% amongst other countries in the world.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Also, experts reveal that youth unemployment increase is alarming despite the degree obtained.
There are three domains that whatever educational services you provide must address according to Bloom's taxonomy of knowledge. Number one, cognitive domain. Two, it must address the affective domain. And then three, it must address the psychomotor domain. Cognitive, that is the academics. You try to inject certain knowledge into people's mind. When people go to universities, for instance, in most cases, that is what people acquire to become knowledgeable. People are very, very knowledgeable in whatever area they want to be knowledgeable in. The second aspect of the educational taxonomy is the issue of the affective domain, where you now begin to talk about, to address people's minds. How do you feel about things? How do you address social issues? When somebody tells lies about you, how do you feel? When people are not doing what is expected of them, how do you feel? The moral instinct in people, how do you bring it out? That has to do with affective domain. People in the university say people are satisfied in knowledge and character. But the third one, which is very, very important, that is the psychomotor domain. That is the skill, the ability of anybody to manipulate, to use things. There are people who are very, very academically dull in the school system. You tell them anything they cannot. But they are very, very smart when it comes to technical issues, how to apply, how to manipulate things. Any educational system, if it does not address these three basic domains, then something is lacking.
Many believe that, though a degree is valuable, it is no longer the full package, as the world now looks inward into technical and vocational skills.
In the modern age, nobody is interested in how many degrees you have, in whatever knowledge you have. What skill do you have? What can you do? That is the emphasis now. If you cannot do anything, even if you have 20 degrees and you cannot manipulate anything, you cannot provide anything, then nobody takes you. Employer, when they advertise, they talk about what can you do? What practical knowledge do you have? When we joined the service, the emphasis was just on the academic domain, the cognitive domain. While that is important, you find out that will no longer give you what you need. You don't need to be a financial expert to now work in the bank. You look at these days, those who can manipulate computers very, very well are now working in the bank. Psychomotor skills will have to be properly addressed. The Nigerian educational system is now emphasizing on entrepreneurial education, in addition to the qualification you have, in addition to the profession you have.
In today's highly competitive world, securing a single position in any establishment is no longer an easy task. Therefore, the Teamly youth have urged the government to focus on two critical areas: soft skills and technical skills, by integrating them into various school curricula. And to this end, for many, the certificate is still a symbol of hope, anytime, any day.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal. And today our focus is beyond the certificates. I've been asking these questions repeatedly. Are our certificates alone enough? Or is there more that can determine success, fulfillment, and growth? And to start this conversation, our guest, and I am excited. I've been smiling, so that shows I'm excited because our guests are here. And it's my honor to introduce our first guest, and she is Lady Chineye. Okay, she is a work and business psychologist. She is a public speaker and a career consultant. Let's see her profile.
We welcome you very warmly to our show.
Thank you, Patience
our
and
learning.
Thelma.
Great
It's
to
an
have.
honor to be here, and good morning to our esteemed audience. It's always a pleasure to be here.
You're most welcome.
Great to be with you again. And she's not alone. We have another gentleman with us who is carving a niche for himself and impacting young people alongside. He has H&D in accounting and is going on to have a master's degree. And entrepreneurship is something he has keyed into very excitedly. His profile is next.
Welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's so good to have you here.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, sir. Okay, I'll begin with Lady OK. And that's you are a business and work consultant, psychologist, consultant, all put together. So we've been asking this question from the beginning of the show, and that is, are certificates alone enough? Let's start with that question.
Very interesting question, Patience. Let me start by saying that the world of work has changed. Is changing, has changed, and will continue to change. It's no longer certification, it's sabification.
Oh, yeah.
So we've moved from certificates to sabificate. And what do I mean by that? Because of the changes, you know, the digital, things are changing very rapidly. The digital transformation, gig economy, Gen Z workforce, multi-generational workforce. It's so difficult to keep up pace. So emphasis is being shifted from just the paperwork, but what can you do? What skills can you offer? What's your niche? What problem can you, because the world is filled with problems. Yeah. What problem are you equipped to solve? What solutions can you prefer? People are looking for solutions. People are not looking for paper. So it's no longer about, during our time, years back, oh, I have an MSc, everybody has an MSc now. Everybody has a PhD now. It's amazing. It's no longer. Everybody's a lifelong learner. If you know the amount of people who have, I'm doctor, this, I'm doctor. Everybody's a doctor now. So, but what will distinguish you at the end of the day? What is unique about you? So the question we want to begin to ask is, who are you? Who am I? What am I equipped to solve? Am I a heart person? Am I a head person? Am I a hand person? What do I mean by that? A hand person is the one who is equipped to work with your hands. I know a particular lady. She cooks, she's a caterer, she's definitely a hand person. She cooks, she's a caterer. She makes clothes, she does makeup, and she braids hair.
Wow.
So you want to talk about the heart person, the one who is a carer, the coach is the therapist. Okay? So you've got to understand, what am I, who am I? It starts, the question starts with, who am I? What solutions can I prefer to the public? So it's not about just amassing. Everybody has certificates, but at the end of the day, what can you do?
What
problem can you solve?
Nice.
So it's no longer certificate, it's what?
Sabificate.
Okay, nice. Thank you. That was
That's a nice intro, right? So begin to broaden our minds and begin to see how the
Yes,
conversations will
nice.
go. Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
And I know we have a lot
So
of young people who are listening.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
Even adults who are keen in.
People in life transitions.
Yes.
The retirees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, even those who are still at work like us. We need the knowledge. Okay, you've mentioned the head, the heart, the hand. What a brilliant and amazing combination. Because at some point, that hand, we need some help from the heart and the head. So the degrees, you know, I used to hear when we were younger, like at the time I was like, Mom, I'm done with school, I'm tired. Tired of the B, I'll read English, you know, I will still see B, C, even some D's. I'm like, Mommy, I'm done. I'm like, no, you must finish. What I was told by adults then was that there's a set of conversation you will step into where you will feel left out if you don't have that paper. But that was like 20, 25, 30 years ago when we're hearing that gist. Now Mr. Abba has put his hands to work. His heart was, I know there are shoes there. I know people are wearing things. I want to put the Nigerian in a Nigerian pair. And I know I need my hands, perhaps a bit of heart and head, but we'll hear from him. Please tell us, where are we with your preneurship, your shoepreneur enterprise?
Thank you so much. It's indeed a big opportunity and a privilege to speak to our audience, particularly youths like myself, who is on the verge and on the threshold of decisive positions in their life. perhaps being at a particular crossroad of their life and really thinking, what is the next step forward? Now, it is a fact that years before now is a narrative that without education, you are a nobody. But the trend has changed, just like my co-guest has spoken about the transitioning process that we're going through, particularly in the workplace today. In the workplace today, globally, we are drifting towards a point of lean structure. When you talk of lean structure, we are talking about a situation whereby today in workplaces, robotics and AI is driving a lot of job, positionings. And so many jobs today are at the verge of, being threatened. That is the area that skill acquisition is quite needed, because when you develop yourself in a particular trend such that you become a specialist in that area, you become an indispensable tool to the organization, to the society at large. The area of certificate dependence today is one of the big problems that the youth particularly is facing today, because we are all product of the society. The society has shaping the mindset of Nigerians to believe that it is when one has gone to school that he could only excel in life. Be it as good as it is, education is very important. It's an indispensable tool in the life of everyone, because once you are educated, whatever you lay your hands on it, there's an exceptional way you do it compared to others who are in the same field with you. But that is not enough. What is basic is the fact that education itself is speaking to true value change, value system. So when you go through education system and the value that is required for you to become solution-driven part is lacking, then the education itself has only ended up in mere tissue paper, acquisition.
Not brought us to this value.
Yes, it has not brought to that value. Yes. So it is important for us to begin to see our educational curriculum in such a way that right from, on a point of policy formulation and also to the point of true actual, implementation of these policies, the curriculum should be designed in a way and manner where early enough, I believe that just as we have, a service program after your university program, the NYC program, the educational policy should be designed in such a manner that once a child has graduated from primary school, the first year in the secondary school level, that is his year one in the secondary school level, should be, related in such a manner that they would invite experts in various areas of vocations who will come to impart and educate them on the need for them to embrace the art of skill acquisitions. Through such interactions, their mindset will be tailored around the need to see that there is also a life beyond certificates.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was amazing.
You're welcome.
That indeed amazing. Okay, Lady, okay, I will ask this question. We've been talking about skills, learn this, learn that. I'm going to go a bit to the area of morals. What is the place of character in getting career fulfillment, whatever you want to do? Our character, does it even matter who you are, your character?
Before I go into that, I was going to say, and I think he just borrowing from what he said. I was going to say that yes, we're talking about beyond certification. Let's not say that. Let's not confuse somebody who's what I say. Certification is not important.
Yes.
It is very important. So what education does to you is that it broadens your mindset.
Yes.
It helps your self-esteem. It builds your confidence. Now back to the question you asked. We're getting to a place in society where we need to take a holistic view of education. So education is not just about teaching you the technical skills, the values, that's the ethics you're talking about.
Yes, ethics.
There's a program I'm working on, purpose and ethical leadership. The ethics, our young ones, they need to begin to, what are the values every human being has inherent values inside of them. Integrity, those are critical values. Self-respect. So our educational system needs to be holistic. Not just focused on, okay, I'm reading pharmacy, I'm reading science, I'm in art and all of that. It has to start, and it starts with the young ones. The critical values. Our values, our societies, those values are being eroded now. So we need to go back to the basics. So it's interesting that you asked that question. We need to go back to the basics. Teaching about values, societal values, and personal values as well. And then who are you? Identity, those kinds of things. So a holistic view of education.
Yeah, because even our certificate says found worthy in learning and in character.
In
so
character,
we must
yes.
emphasize the character as holistic.
A number of private institutions are catching up on that. And
Yes.
hopefully we believe that, you know.
Indeed,
yeah.
Indeed.
We believe
nice
that.
Nice one. Very integral to our conversation, because we often say that our young people are the leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is now. You know, they are taking off, so they must take off with the right knowledge and skill. We're going to Bayelsa State, where someone's been working so hard to ensure that what they bring to the table today to enrich our conversation is impactful. And we do know that learning a skill is not a downgrade like some people think. But Yanagwa, you went deeper into this. Please share what you found.
Skill is a learned ability that you acquire to make yourself or society better. We have different types of skill. We have technical skills, which include mechanic, fashion designing, graphic designing. The list is endless. We also have soft skills, which include leadership skills, communication skills, marketing skills, managerial skills, thinking skills, critical thinkers.
In Nigeria, certificates often outrank skills. Many see office jobs as prestigious and handwork as lesser.
As a country, we may have placed too much relevance on paper qualification, which is important. But what drives the economies all over the world is hands-on experience. That education that comes hands-on. Okay, so if we continue to de-emphasize that as a country, we will continue to remain underdeveloped. When you have a theoretical education, it's irrelevant until you have practical experience on the field. So these are areas the country must pay attention. Secondly, this country cannot develop from outside. It must develop from inside.
Preparation is a proof you value your future. So before you even go to school, you should acquire a skill, because a skill makes you relevant, not your certificate. Looking at society today, we have youths who are certified but not skillful.
The present Nigeria, a child must have a skill. Don't look down on school. Skill, they are very, very important. No skill is better than the other, or education is better than skill.
As much as the skill is important, education is the bedrock. You have something in you that you should be able to discover.
Being a craftsman is something I love doing, but that doesn't mean that as a craftsman you have to look more or less of me, like I'm not important or I'm not educated. It's something I love doing, so you can't take it from me.
Why will you look down on skillful people when you who don't have a skill with certificates, you are the one who should be looked down on?
Should craftsman's repetition be judged by the stains on his garments?
These people, anytime I see them, they are very dirty. How will you want to go to such person? How will somebody not give you that respect? It's how you make your bed, you lie it. So that's why people are looking down on them. That's why some parents don't want their children to do some skills. Skill is very good. Don't make it look like it's for poor people, they are poor. No.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're welcome there. How are you doing?
I'm fine, ma.
Oh,
Thank you.
Baby,
how are you?
longest time.
Yeah, longest time. Let's see.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
The way you are glowing.
It's
going on.
It's good. A little hard work.
What's up now? Any gist?
Yeah, I'm learning a trade now.
Hey, after the whole schooling and everything, you choose to learn tailoring.
Yes, now tailoring is a nice business. What are you doing at home?
I'm eating my parents' money.
You have to learn a trade. At least learn hairdressing. Hairdressing is something.
Hairdressing. Not ready for that kind of stress, I beg. I'm not sure my parents are ready to... No, I beg.
Sunshine, I think your friend is right.
Mom?
Yes, your friend is right. And I overheard you talking about your mom will not allow you into things like that. It's good you went to school, it's fine. But you really need to have a skill attached to it. I really need to talk to your parents about this.
You've heard what you have to say now, so I hope you think about it.
It's a nice idea. Because after all, I'm always sitting at home, pressing my phone, being safe to experience more about what's going on outside.
When I was in school, I used decoration to survive.
People came to our school for skills. That we should pick any skills and they would be training us. So actually, I picked palm. They now started training us, but it wasn't enough. And actually, I told my parents that I would like to do this work.
These mindsets rob young people of careers where skills are the true wealth.
It's good to have the school knowledge. After the education, if the child said, this is what I wanted, allow that child to go.
I'm a graduate, a chartered accountant, but yeah, you see me doing what I love doing. I encourage every Nigerian, every African child, boy, girl, woman to have something doing.
Secondary schools should have skills workshop. All these skills should be included into our curriculums. By the grace of God, there are some schools in Nigeria. There's a federal government project which we are all aware of. But follow up, check and balance should be done to ensure that these skills are properly taught.
Paper qualification is nonsense without practical qualification. The paper only testifies that you are practically good or you are theoretically good, not the other way.
When you discover that your child has passion for something, if it is something that is vocational oriented, you gear them towards it. You push them so that they will develop themselves. And the earlier they do that, the better for them. But if they don't allow them, at the end point, they will not discover themselves.
It is time to value skills as much as certificates. Beyond the paper lies the power to create, earn, and thrive.
Life go better for you. I say, yeah, your mama, yeah, your papa. Life go better. Àwọn ọmọ aláìgbọràn pọ̀ nílé ìwé. Wọ́n ò fetí sílẹ̀ sóhun tólùkọ́ kọ́ wọn. Olùkọ́ ní kọ́ kàwé, wọ́n á sì máa ṣeré ká. Wọ́n á jẹun, wọ́n á kù fòròbòtò. Iṣẹ́ ìyẹn kì í ṣe tiwọn. Eré ṣá ni tiwọn. Dòdò àti ráìsì kò gbọ́dọ̀ kọjá. Wọ́n á jẹun, wọ́n á kò fòròbòtò. I say, yeah, your mama, yeah, your papa. So, life go better for you. Yeah, your mama, yeah, your papa. Life go better for you. I say it again. Fáwọn ọmọ aláìgbọràn pọ̀ nílé ìwé. Wọ́n ò fetí sílẹ̀ tólùkọ́ kọ́ wọn. Olùkọ́ ní kọ́ kàwé, wọ́n á sì máa ṣeré ká. Wọ́n á jẹun, wọ́n á kò fòròbòtò. Iṣẹ́ ìyẹn kì í ṣe tiwọn. Eré ṣá ni tiwọn. Dòdò àti ráìsì kò gbọ́dọ̀ kọjá. Wọ́n á jẹun, wọ́n á kò fòròbòtò. Bẹ́bẹ̀ mi o, bẹ́bẹ̀ mi o, bẹ́bẹ̀ mi Olúwa o. Bẹ́bẹ̀ mi o, bẹ́bẹ̀ mi Jésù ọba. Wo bànújẹ́ ọkàn mi sàn, má jẹ́ pòfo. Dákun o, dábọ̀ o, Jésù ọba. Àṣé ìnázàmújẹ́, ìnázàmújẹ́, ìnázàmúkọ́mà, ìnázàmújẹ́. Inazamuje, my people. Inazamuje, inaza mukoma, inaza muje. Come on. Aha. Oyo ala mamana, oyo ala mamana, inasanki mamana, inasanki mamana, oyo ala babana, oyo ala mamana, medipote, mamana medizaya, mamana medipote, mamana medizaya, mamana medipote, mamana medizaya, mamana medipote, mamana medizaya.
Way down memory lane, I heard Thelma singing every word of the other Yoruba song.
Was it Christian's number? Who did that first one?
This Christian.
This one, the rice and beans thingy, the one you just sang.
Okay, rice and beans, who did that?
Okay, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. We all enjoyed ourselves. Our conversation in the studio continues, and I'll go to Mr. Abba. Mr. Abba, you're quite interesting to me, and that's the simple fact that you trained in school as an accountant.
Yeah.
And at a point in your life, you decided that, you know what? I'm going to go into business. I'm going to become an entrepreneur. And I know that, like Thelma called you shoepreneur. At what point in your life did you decide to do that? Why? At what point in your life did you decide to go into business and do what you're doing right now?
All right. Thank you so much. If you look into my profile, you realize that the interval between when I graduated and when I got into the training to become a shoe producer is barely less than 2 years, which makes it a clear indication that it was intentional. I wasn't prepared by, drive for survivors. It was born out of passions. On graduating 1999 and serving 2000, I, just like every other contemporary Nigerian youth would think, I was also with the view that I needed to get a job. But along the line, there was just this inner conviction within me that getting a paid job wasn't going to be okay and satisfactory to me. So I had to approach my parents, and I spoke to them about the need for me to pursue my dream of becoming a shoe designer, because I've always looked forward to wearing good pairs of shoes, and that has been my driving force all along. Of course, it wasn't an idea that got too well down with my parents, because ordinarily they believe that after having gone through the school, the next thing on the line is getting a job and seeing how I can support myself and also my other members of the family. But I had to, follow my heart, and I went over to Aba in 2002.
Oh, you went all the way to Aba?
Yes,
to learn.
I went to Aba. In fact, I was trained in shoe factory art of craftsmanship. It wasn't a roadside job. I was trained in power line factory, and I spent 2 solid years on the job as a trainee. I wasn't really in a rush to push out because I needed to get the right content in order to deliver what is expected of me when my hands are on the job. After the 2 years training, I stayed over again for 1 year. Why did I do that? I realized that my market place wasn't going to be in Aba, and I needed to have the right framework of network that will prepare me after my training So I discussed with my boss, and I was able, to work with him again for 1 year. In the course of my, working with him, he found me very faithful, and he was able to introduce me to other importers. He was able to introduce me to so many things. He opened up so many things to me because of my diligence. At the end of the day, when I moved over to Lagos and started up my shoe production there, first I started up with production of corporate shoes, and also what I described then as a shoe clinic concept, where I was interacting with bankers and every other persons to repair their shoes.
I think by this time, the world wants to see the pair of shoes you're wearing.
Let me
I've been asking you to stretch it.
Let me stretch it. Man, it's worth it. Look at it.
That's it.
This is Ochai. It's my brand. Ochai, yeah.
She's wearing Ochai.
Yeah, Ochai is a brand. Ochai is a well-known, brand when it comes to the niche that I have created for myself.
Oh my God, let's give it up.
Let's give it up.
Well done.
So I'm telling my story. So I was opportune to stay in a place near Mafloko in Lagos then that had a collection of, branches of different banks. So during the course of my work, there were so many bankers that were coming over, and I saw that there was a need for hands to repair their good pair of shoes that they buy from Spain, Italy, and the rest of that. So that drove me to another level of, shoe repair work, which I term shoe clinic. I was doing quality shoe repair work, then doing shoe expansion and reduction.
That's a key factor.
It's a whole lot.
Many of us, our neighbors, have like 8 pairs of shoes, one for patients in my office, that we can't find someone that will give them, repair them to the extent they wear.
We fix it, and it's practically a new shoe.
Wow.
That's, we're doing that. And at the same time, there was this school opposite my, factory in Lagos then. During resumptions, I realized that a lot of parents were coming over to ask for a pair of shoes for their kids and all of that.
Back to school.
So I realized that within a period of August and September, I was practically involved in school shoe production. Then it dawned on me that this is a gap that I need to fill.
Oh, yeah, solution.
Okay, we hold it there for now. This story, as you talk, we'll have Madam Oge step in, intermittently. You've mentioned something that I want you to cue into. He said the gap he's feeling. You see, he was going from level to level. First, giving shoes the repair that they needed to bring it back to grade 1. Next, students are children. The shoe, the clacks, they will scatter it. How do we repair? He was there to make the Ochai one as well as to give you the fix in it. Kids always need 2 pairs of shoes. Please take it from there. That gap.
As he was speaking, I was laughing, because you know what? Stories teach us lessons.
True. Absolutely.
His story is an amazing one, and there's so many lessons to be learned in that story. And I want to take them one after the other. You see, the first thing is that not everybody is lucky to understand their passion, to understand, to identify what it is they want to do, whether it's a passion, whether it's a skill. So you were quite lucky. So that's why I always say, start from when they're young. We work with schools, identifying, okay, what am I good at? What am I passionate about? What comes to me naturally? What are my natural inclinations? What are my natural abilities? What am I good at doing? What do people say? Oh, if you want to do this, call Patience, call Telma, So he was lucky. Not everybody, at that age is at that place. You have certain, a number of children. What do you want? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. When I don't know. I'm confused and all of that. So that's one. Understanding what it is that you are good at or what you want to do is the first step, And then the next thing, another lesson you can learn from there is that talent is not enough. Preparation is key. He had to go to Aba.
Yes.
He understood there was a process. And that's where a lot of the young ones get it wrong. They don't want to go through that process. Yes. It's quick, sharp money. And that's why the values and the ethics you talked about, a lot of these values and ethics in society are eroding because it's quick money, sharp. Where is it happening? Where do I want to make it? But he understood that there's a process. So I'm passionate about shoemaking, but I'm not yet there yet. I've got to go through that process and sharpen my skill. Sharpen my skill. Number 3 lesson, passion, preparation without the market is a dream, a pipe dream.
Yes.
So he saw a gap. So the game changer is where your passion and your skill and an opportunity in the marketplace, they all come together.
Amazing.
Then you are a winner. So he saw the gap, and your gap creates your market audience.
Your wealth.
He started with the corporate people, and then the school people.
School people.
You are not created or designed to create solutions for how many billion people in the world. You've got to find your dot. Your dot is your audience. His own dot was the corporate people, and then another lesson, creativity. He talked about his niche. You see the amazing things they are doing with clothes.
Yeah.
I almost wore one today. Look at what they are doing with Ashoke.
It's
amazing. It's amazing. So creativity and innovation, is the buzzword. Yes, you are a caterer. Patience is a caterer. Chapa is a caterer. But what distinguishes your own catering business from Telma's great cooking? That is the game changer. That is your gold mine. So you sing. But what makes my singing different?
Yes.
I make shoes. You bake shoes. What makes your... So you've got to niche it. You've got to package it. And you've got to be creative of putting out the value that you offer. You've got to communicate that value. Look at what he said. I noticed that these bankers, they had shoes, all their shoes were getting spoiled and all of that. They were not doing anything. And then he saw that gap and then he... So, passion, preparation, you've got to go through the period of preparation, because it's in the preparation that you gain the expertise. Spot the gap, know your audience, niche it.
Niche it. I love that niche.
I love that word.
Yes. And don't be in a hurry.
Yes.
Don't be in a hurry. Yes. Don't be in a hurry. And then your assignment, there's something I just got, your assignment. Understanding, his assignment was to make corporate people, look and save them money. That's a problem. Save them money.
It's expensive.
Save them money.
Yes.
Because in your assignment is your consignment.
Nice. Oh. Wow. Nice.
Inside your, so as we're all listening, inside your assignment
is your consignment.
And what is your consignment? Your consignment is your paycheck. It is your fulfillment. It is your total mental well-being. And everything inside of there. That's your consignment.
It's your container on the high sea.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up. It's a very interesting story. And there's a lot more that he will come to tell us.
From his story.
Because also, going forward now, let me just run forward and run back and take the break. Yes, we'll take it. There was something I'd like us to look into. Courage and consistency. And the third C is challenges. Little matter how prepared you are, those obstacles, those roadblocks, they will wave you, hello, hi, you think you're getting there? Well, I'm here for you. We'll come back to learn a bit more. Stay with us. Last week, it was jobless but not useless.
Yes.
Today, we're sinking it. Beyond that certificate, the first class, the 2-1, what else is there? Our break beckons, we'll take it, we'll be back, don't go away.
Hi there viewers, my name is Anna and this is the food and nutrition segment of the Weekend Deal Show. Today we are talking about one of my favorite things to eat, which is plantains. Plantains are a member of the banana family. They're a major food staple in Africa and they also form part of the diet in Latin America. Unlike bananas, people usually cook plantains before eating them. Cooking methods include frying, baking, and boiling. Plantains can also be eaten at different stages of ripeness, from when the fruit is green through to when it is yellow and black. We need to go on a short break. When we get back, it's more on plantains. Don't go anywhere.
Chef. Mr. Chef, what's your secret?
My secret is the wide range of seasoning powders from Mr. Chef. Perfect for meals such as spicy stew, goat meat, roasted beef, fried rice, miyan kuka.
Unleash your inner chef and explore our wide range of Mr. Chef seasoning powder.
Welcome back, viewers. It is still more on plantains. Now, plantains are a low-fat source of starchy carbohydrates and fiber. They also contain good amounts of vitamins and minerals, including vitamin C and potassium. Plantains are a good source of vitamin C, and including them as part of your varied diet can help support the immune system. We need to go on another short break. When we get back, it is still more on plantains. Don't go anywhere.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my tea fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, it's your time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up and shine your smile. No more cover mouth.
Welcome back, viewers. Finally, heat and light can destroy vitamin C, so when cooking plantains, use as little non-boiling water as possible and only cook them for a short period of time. Plantains are a good source of potassium, so including them in your diet may help regulate the body's sodium and potassium balance. If you don't usually eat plantain or you overcook your plantain, I advise that you eat plantains and try not to overcook, over-fry, over-roast, over-boil your plantains, because they're healthier when they're slightly undercooked. With that said, I will be handing over to Thelma and Patience. Thank you so much for sticking with me on the health segment of the Weekend Deal Show. Bye.
Thank you so much, Ede Abba, and this is Patience Abba receiving you. I'll eat more plantains, I promise you, and I'll not roast them too much. I'll keep them at a particular temperature or particular level of cooking so that I can get all the nutrients. So back to our conversation here in the studio. Okay, so Ochai Shoes, I like to call him, or is it Ochai?
Ochai, yeah.
Ochai.
Ochai.
Ochai. Yeah, it sounds so, I don't know, it's so beautiful. I mean, you've told us your story, and I know that it wasn't a walk in the park.
At all.
I know that it wasn't just, the way you told it, there's so much layers to it. So can you tell us some of your challenges while you were embarking on this remarkable journey that we are celebrating today?
Thank you so much. The story indeed is not a walk through the park, as you have rightfully said. I was speaking about the gap before we went on the break. So I realized that a lot of parents were really in dire need of good quality school shoes. And that brought me to a point to know that there was a whole lot of values and also benefits that can be derived from that problem. Because the beauty of problem is that in it, there's an equivalent seed of greatness in every challenges and problems around us, if only we could look beyond the immediate. Yes. So I had to go back to the drawing board and, advise myself to go back to Aba. Because, because the art of crafting shoes for kids is quite different from working on adult projects. In fact, the whole technology, the molds, system and everything is different. It wasn't something that I could really, and I was not prepared to stage up whatever would not deliver values. So I had to go back to Aba again to spend another 1 year in the aspect of school shoe productions.
Amazing.
And that is where I have really developed myself and majored myself in the last 15 years.
Wow.
In the last 15 years, I've worked virtually with several schools across Nigeria. By the grace of God, I've not gotten a job outside the shore of this country, but I'm believing in the nearest future.
That we call you.
That will happen. But in the course of my engagement, I went back to Aba and I went through the process of, working for kids at different age brackets and all of that. At the end of the day, when I launched out, this is where the challenge came. One beauty that must be acknowledged in the aspect of working for school as a team is this. If you have 5 schools, all of them will require the product at the same time.
Like the school term.
The school, the beginning of the sessions, like as we are now, this is when the period of the delivery and whatever is expected, so that on resumptions, everything that has to do with the school items are on ground. I realize that more of the challenges is in the aspect of the workforce. The workforce. Because the order will not come in intermittently. It will all launch out like a flood at the same time. At the same time.
Seasonal.
And you are expected to make delivery at the same time.
Okay.
So we thought about how to get the workforce. Because after my program, I moved to Lagos. And before I get to that, there was another major obstacle, which is a big challenge. I realized that as I was sending out my, prototypes to schools, I realized that there were a lot of OK shoes in Lagos.
Okay,
yes, I mean,
fairly
used. Okay, what I mean, okay, yes, Tokumbo, yes.
Yeah, Tokumbo shoes.
There were a lot of Tokumbo shoes
and they have different grades.
around Lagos. So most of the schools I was selling the ideas to, they will always tell me it will be a challenge on the part of parents because they believe that with half of whatever they are going to pay for the school to get a pair of shoes, they can always get it at the roadside. So I saw it that is not where my market is located.
Good one.
So I started doing my marketing towards the north.
Okay.
I started doing my marketing towards the north. I'll prepare, my materials, and I begin to push downward towards the north, and I saw that there was a high level of acceptance and patronage. So it gave me the full assurance that I needed to relocate what I was doing in Lagos down to Abuja.
Would you allow us to hold your thoughts there just a bit so that Madam OK can key in? Because as you bring it to the fore, she will key in. But as you key in, Madam OK, I'd like you to also take a look at the fact that he's also seriously advantaged in the point that based on his first degree, he already knows a bit about the financial enterprise of where he's keying into. Many young people may not have that advantage. So look at all the advantages for him. Look at the challenges. Please bring us to the present. Wow. Let's give it up for even Aba people who are able to single-handedly without adverts call people who are subscribed in thinking to come to their domain and learn. 4 years of this gentleman's life were spent at the beck and call of these people who are experts in shoemaking. We celebrate Nigeria. People.
About to the world.
About to the world. About to the world.
Okay, just to start in responding to your question, Thelma, there was something he said, going back. I picked those 2 words he said, going back, And a lot of time, the notion of going back is always seen as something negative.
Negative.
Yeah. I don't want to go back there. Yes. I don't want to go back there. But there's a lot of learning to be gotten when you go back. When you go back, there's something that going back will teach you. And then the fact that you found out what it is you want to do, you're already in that process. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Challenges will come. It's not going to be an easy process. But a lot of times when I speak with young people, whether as a career consultant, as a work psychologist, or as a mental health therapist, you see the sense of, urgency in them, like we were saying during the break. There's a sense of urgency. Oh, I want to hammer and I want to do this. So when they come across challenges, I mean, they get discouraged.
They fold.
Yes, they get discouraged, don't want to go back. But there's something he said, that going back taught you, it brought out something, showed you an aspect. So when you see, we need to begin to reframe challenges as opportunities. What is this? Rather than going back or giving up, or get into a state of what I call learned helplessness. What is this teaching me? What can I do differently? Learned helplessness. It's when you have learned to be helpless in that situation. It's a psychological term, learned helplessness. But you said to yourself, what is this challenge teaching me? Because in every challenge, rather than seeing it as a challenge, why don't you reframe it as an opportunity? What is this teaching me? How else can I do this? How can I get better at this? Because that which you don't know today, there is a book, there is a course, there is a counsel, there is an advice that can teach you.
There is a mentor.
There is a mentor, there is a coach, there's something you can do about it. You talked about him having the financial skills as an accountant. So if you don't have the financial skills, you can learn. Knowledge has been democratized. Knowledge is everywhere. The democratization of knowledge. People are teaching themselves how to bake. People are teaching themselves. There's a lady I know who's in America. She makes beautiful clothes. She said she learned how to make those clothes in YouTube.
Whoa!
On YouTube, yes. Knowledge is out there. You can teach yourself basically anything. Once you understand the gap, there's something you can do to fill the gap. And something occurred to me whilst you were talking. Somebody may be out there and said, okay, I don't have a passion, I don't have a skill, I don't have this. Look at the trends. What's going on? What skill can you learn from the trends? What are the trends? AI, digital economy, gig economy, knowledge-based economy. What do you know that you can teach? Can you learn about machine learning, cyber security, fintech? These are the buzzwords of sustainability. These are the things that are happening. ESG and all of that. Mental health, mental well-being. Pick a skill from all of these topical issues. If you don't have a passion, okay, you don't have a passion, you don't have a skill. Pick a skill from all of these things. What we are saying is, don't just do nothing, just do something.
Yes.
Do something. That's what I tell the young ones that come to my office. Do something.
You are not permitted to do nothing.
You are not permitted to do nothing. There's something you can do. Start with the little you have. Start from where you have. And then go through the process. Be willing to learn. Not learn rather than hammer. Be willing to learn and go through the process. And you will get there. It may take a while. But you definitely, with consistency, with courage, with discipline, with hard work, with commitment, you definitely would get there.
Amazing, amazing. I don't know. This is a master class. I mean, NTA is giving you a master class free of charge.
Yes, so.
That's why we are NTA. Okay, recently at my children's graduation, my twin girls, somebody came to talk to them and he said, anything you learn these days, add the AI aspect of it, the internet of it. You're making shoes, how can I leverage on technology? Add the internet of it and it will go worldwide. So NTA Lagos is telling us what's hot in the skills market. NTA Lagos, Network Center, what is hot? Tell us.
The rate of unemployment among the youths in Nigeria is an age-long issue, with a number of our institutions of higher learning churning out graduates in large numbers yearly to scramble for a few available jobs. However, rather than endlessly waiting for these jobs, a lot of these youths are exploring other landscape of modern skills which their certificates could not offer. For an instance, Emmanuel Adishino is a young graduate who acquired a skill to free himself from the shackles of unemployment. He shares his experience.
I had to borrow some money from a dear friend and traveled all the way across the country to go and learn a photography skill. It was while I was there, I also picked interest in graphic design. So by the time I returned back to the land NYSC sent me to, to continue with my life, I started practicing the graphic design, taking tutorials on YouTube, and I was honing my skill. It was in that process I got to know that a particular organization was looking for someone to volunteer with them as a graphic designer and also a photographer.
From content creation to digital skills, beauty and fashion, these young graduates are exploring means of being their own bosses, thereby redefining employment in Nigeria.
Recently, I've even been getting PR packages. I've been helping other brands to like advertise their products. And from there, people, even the fact that I'm here is still from my content creation and the fact that I've been trying to put myself out there. When it comes to profitability, I've been getting a lot more reach. I've been reaching more people recently, and it has been helping me. It has even been helping me before I graduated, because a lot of people, even in my schools, they've been seeing my work, they've been seeing how I've been pushing them out there, and they've been very, very, inclined with it.
Opportunities lost, they say, may not be regained. Many youths in Nigeria have lost their chances of excelling in some ventures due to lack of skills in these fields. An instance is Christopher Collins, who wished he had developed his skill in entertainment, which he believed would have provided him more opportunities. Experts in youth development advocacy share some tips to help young graduates in skill acquisition that can give them great future.
I know a lot of young people like to talk about passion. Yes, you could be passionate about something, but it's not profitable. So then, what if you are into something that's not giving you enough money just because you're passionate and you're actually not into a business, you are into a hobby, so the numbers, that is what, journeys us into the paths of profitability.
Education does not mean your source of income. But when you're educated, it makes you better in all that you do. It gives you a better leverage. Someone that is educated that is selling beans will package it in a way that a local bean seller won't be able to do. We may not all be able to sing and dance as Alaga, but you can be rapping. There are people that all they do is to rap traditional wedding event items, and they earn fantastic money from that. If you are not rapping, you can be selling letters. And then you find people needing what you have, and then you get paid for what you have. Use your creativity that you're doing for free. Some of us do video editing for free. Convert it to money. Over time, people will get to know that that's what you do. And if you're doing it well, trust me, they'll be ready to pay for it.
From the submission of experts, young graduates and youths in Nigeria will have to look beyond the certificates and further explore the world of opportunities in modern skills. With this, the menace of unemployment in Nigeria will be curbed and gradually eradicated.
Wow, very interesting outlook there from Lagos, all contributing while converging in the FCT to make our discourse more rich, more vibrant, more innovative, more novel, and more in tune with the happenings of the day. Our young people, they must change. Like we were saying earlier, you're not permitted to do nothing. All those texts they are sending, help me with 50, 100, and they'll just say one thank you in 2 phrases. It's no longer permitted. Find something. Keep your, Lady OK said, your heart, your head and your hands. Those 3 H, go and utilize them. Get busy. Okay, I want to just, we don't have much time to get the entire summation of the rest of your story, but I'd like you to give us an abridged version. Also, inculcating the fact that the terminologies that we use to describe some of our preneurship and develop pursuits discourage the youths. I heard a word earlier, someone said trading, someone said tailoring. With all the kind of clothes that Lady OK is wearing, I'm patient, was he saying tailoring? So now, when we talk about shoes, we have to ask you to lift your leg so that the world could see that we're not playing here. But when you talk about shoepreneurship, we say, shoe? No. Their hands should be counting dollars. They don't want to be doing shoe thing. So let's talk about the terminology of the kind of business that we do, how vital it is to impact those who are coming behind us, as you summarize.
All right.
Summary.
Thank you so much. The area of presentation is very, very important because it's one sure way that could either drive the passion the interests, or is one sure way that can also repel one from the aspect of it. Before now, it is assumed that when one does the art of shoemaking, he's called a shoemaker. But that is not how it should be. You are a cobbler. You are a cobbler.
Own your title.
Cobbler, you know what I'm saying?
You know, way back in Lagos, there was a lady called the Lady Cobbler.
Yes,
I think I heard her, yeah.
You would have heard of her.
Yes.
She had her place then was somewhere around Allen Avenue. And it was part of the areas that I drew inspiration from while I was there. You know, here, a lady who schooled abroad came back home and decided to do something differently from what was attainable on the streets. And the way and manner she packaged...
Her prices were steep, though.
Yeah,
Wow.
of course, of course.
She didn't come to play at all.
No, she didn't. She knew what she was out to do.
Bespoke shoes.
But did they have
The
to
bespoke, the
bespoke.
bespoke shoes. Those are shoes that are tailored to personal, distinct, trends.
But I get the feeling that you are doing something that is more affordable, that you are keying into the middle class and those who have been unable to access Lady Cobbler. Are you in that bracket?
I am. And that is where I'm going to hit right away. So after I was talking about moving down one to the north, and I saw that one of the basic things I have to do in order not to price myself out of reach was to think of collaboration. Yes. I realized that the major thing that was affecting the cost of production was the imported soul. The imported souls, yes. So I had to go back to Aba to discuss with one of my manufacturers to go on how we can locally source the production of souls. In my subsequent interactions, I'm going to bring them over. I have my customized souls, branded Ochai, with my name.
I even suspect Ochai is going to give us shoes. I suspect he wants to give us some shoes. I'm feeling
and my phone number is, on the shoes.
On the shoe?
Yes.
Ochai shoes.
Yes. So we designed the mold from China. Yes.
You still had to go outside our shores.
Yes. We designed the mold from China, and the mold was brought in where we source fairly used souls and do recycling process.
Wow, amazing.
So instead of having totally virgin souls, we molded it into 60% of virgin and 40% of recycled. So it brought down the cost of production and made our product quite, affordable and durable at the same time. And it also creates the ability for us to consistently remain relevant to school in the areas of staggering size differentiation. What I mean is this. You realize that in a particular school, when you are giving an order, it is not possible humanly to produce shoes of about maybe 500 pairs that will fit perfectly into the segments of the sizes. There will be gaps in between. If you are importing this thing from across the shores of Nigeria, you run into a problem. But with this, we are able to even expand our sizes now even to 49, size 49, which is not obtainable in Nigerian market because you get that mostly in American market where you have the basketball players and the giant sizes and all of that.
Okay.
But we've been able to do that.
Well done, Ochai shoes. Ochai feet. I'm thinking of which is better. Okay, we have some messages here. Nigerians are watching and they are responding, joining the conversation. Somebody said, entrepreneurs are not born. Rather, they become through experiences of their life. Through effective entrepreneurship education, an individual can assess the skills and knowledge needed to grow up in new business. I think government should introduce skills in school curriculum. Damian Meriga from Plateau State. Thank you, Damian. Okay. Good morning, NTA. Curriculum planners should do well to include all the domains of learning in the scheme of work, not just as goals. The psychomotor domain should also be included in core subjects like math, English. This skill domain should be included in the curriculum of preschool to tertiary schools. Thank you for your good job in the studio, Susan Mark, Cross River State. Susan, thank you so much. And then good morning to everyone in the house. More blessings to everyone. The topic of discussion is so rich. If someone understands it proper, my point of view to every Nigerian is that God should always put into consideration because he is the game. Put God into your consideration because he's the game changer who crowns efforts with success. May God continue to crown our efforts with success in all endeavors. And me, Hannah Fee. Janus Taiwo from Jos. Okay, the final one. Sorry, producer. Good morning, NTA. You are doing a fantastic job. Every weekend, I can miss weekend deal. You think today is rich, next weekend will be richer. Thank you. We got richer. We don't go for
Nice.
And somebody says, our child shoes are good. We use it at Peter's Harvard International School, Abuja.
Oh.
Well done, NTA.
I suspect that Mr. Ocha is already getting our shoes ready. That's a nice one.
The shoes are so good. Wow, well done.
See what he's wearing. Solid.
Well done.
Nice.
Okay, so NTA Jos will be taking a look at the new normal in side hustle. NTA Jos, tell us.
In Nigeria, the reality of living in side hustle nation has become the norm. With the rising cost of living and inflation affecting daily expenses, many Nigerians are tilting towards side hustle as a means of survival, which is often perceived as an additional source of income. While this lifestyle can be lucrative, it's essential to acknowledge the benefits that come with it.
As a civil servant living in Nigeria, having a side hustle helps me to stay afloat, to be able to fend for myself and even contribute to my society, to make small chops for all types of events, spring rolls, samosas, beef kebabs, and pork.
In today's fast-paced world, many individuals embrace multiple jobs, pursue their passions, or build a safety net, all of these to make ends meet. This can also be born out of passion, a rewarding and lucrative experience.
The benefit of side hustle is enormous, in the sense that the demand for every day is enough for you to say you must have something doing. Some of us, our establishment or organizations, the take-home pay cannot really take you home. So you have to find what you can engage yourself in so that it will augment whatever you are receiving as a salary.
Pursuing multiple side hustles can be a great way to diversify your income, explore your passions, and build a safety net. However, it can also lead to burnout if not managed properly.
It starts with the honeymoon stage where you are excited about a job or about your hustle, and you have all the motivation to go for that job. Subsequently, you now start encountering stress. You now start having demands that your capacity is not able to hold on. And if you're not able to balance that, it leads to more chronic stress. In psychological terms, we call it psychosomatic reaction, whereby you have physical reactions like headache, migraines, and other maybe ulcers due to some psychological factors or stress demands on your body. So if you're not able to manage the workload and stress in your hustle and your occupation, definitely it will lead to burnout.
In Plateau State, numerous individuals have fallen prey to Ponzi schemes, losing billions of naira to fraudulent investment platforms. These schemes often promise unusually high returns, luring victims into investing their hard-earned money.
It is more advisable to engage in what you know you can do, that people will see and appreciate and others will learn from you, rather than something that is illegitimate, illegal, that is contrary to the law of the land.
The new normal in side hustle requires individuals to be proactive, adaptable, and resilient. By embracing the opportunities and challenges of side hustling, individuals can build a more secure financial future, pursue their passions, and thrive in the gig economy.
It's done. It's confirmed. You have to niche it. Don't just have a skill, niche it. I was just reading something about Harriet Beecher Stowe, and it says the bitterest tears are shed over graves that left words unsaid and deeds undone. Some are hesitating. Some falter at the least sign of obstacles. Some don't even start off at all. Over to you, Lady OK.
So let's give me to take it from there.
Yeah.
I like to take it from there. You know, I think it was Miles Monroe, late Miles Monroe, who said that the grave is the richest place because in there books that were never written. I hope somebody is listening. Inside of you, there are books to be written. There are courses to develop. And AI, the digital economy, has made it simple. You know, you can trade whatever it is. You can put it on the internet, and somebody at the other side of the world can, you know, key into it and buy. Has made exchange, buying and selling very easy with the digital economy. So in the grave there I think the problem is we believe that you must be an expert. Everything must fall into place for you to get, you know, it was a good book who said that when you watch the wind, you will never sow. Start from where you are. Start from where what is that? Start little. We have just enough light for the steps we are on. So the little light you have, let it shine. You'll be amazed. And there's one thing I tell people, you know, your helpers will never find you unless you step out. Once you step out with that little thing, you attract helpers to you. Somebody will help you and give you with fund. I can help you with counsel to fine-tune that idea, that little idea that you have. There's something you said, I was going to start with that. You said when they hear the word trade, they don't want to, they want to run away from there, you know. You've got to be creative at your skill, at your market. You need to package your market. So for instance, the person who makes shoes, find purpose. It's about finding purpose. It's about personal branding. We can't take away from the personal branding is not a luxury because you are addressed the way you dress.
It's a necessity.
People buy. Let me tell you, some people buy perception. It's not necessarily the goods and services they buy. Your perception. Your perception is how you put out your market, how you dress up, how you package it, your skills, you know, the way you put it out there. So the person who is making shoes, find what is the purpose. I help people step out beautifully. So what's that purpose that is behind that skill you are doing? So for instance, as a work psychologist, as a business psychologist, I work with corporate organizations to develop their workforce. I work with educational institutions. I go to schools and talk with children. Schools invite me to talk with children. So all of that, what is my purpose in it? My main purpose is to unlock human potential for productivity, performance, purpose, and fulfillment. You see the holistic. There's success, there's the finances. Because at the end of the day, if you're wealthy and you're not sane, it's nothing. So unlocking human potential for productivity, for performance, for profit, and for fulfillment. So by the time you put somebody's interested, if I come and say, okay, I'm a career consultant. Everybody's a career consultant. I say I'm a work psychologist. Say, what is that? I'm a mental health therapist. What is that? So I'm all of this, but what is the overall purpose of all of that? So you need to be intentional about finding out what that overall purpose is. We can deal. We educate and inspire people to become the best version of themselves.
That's who we are. That's who we are.
to go out there and impact their world. That's the essence of Weekend Deal. That's why you do what you do. That's why you wake up at 5 a.m.
To be here.
To be here and educate, and not just educating, and inspiring. And that brings me to the entrepreneurial mindset. Everything starts with the mind. You see, all of these things we've been talking about, if there's no mindset shift, we've just wasted our time.
Absolutely.
So there's got to be a mindset shift from looking for a job to creating a job. He said, I can put beautiful shoes out there.
Yes.
I can. Yes, you can. And hear this. Whether you believe you can or you can't, you are right.
Ooh. There's no wrong way, so it's all up to you.
Right.
You know, when you were speaking, and I thought about, I don't know why I'm interested in doing an advert for you. I said, in my mind it was like, Ochai shoes, making people, helping people step out beautifully.
Ochai, you know, the best way to help your shoes.
Affordably,
stepping out beautifully and affordably. Comfortable. Let's have comfortable. You pay me for that.
Mr. Ochai, you've niched it. She has packaged your niche. See, you niched it. She packaged it. We will help you centralize it. Your shoes. Not because her legs here, they are seeing Ochai. Ochai digital. It's time to join Godwin. We are the king of our show. Godwin, have you heard about Ochai shoes? Godwin, have you listened to Lady Oke today? Well, let's see what you have for us about sports. Take it away, Sports Summit. Thank you, Godwin, for always entertaining us with all the sports gist. I didn't hear Osime. I didn't hear Shoala. I didn't hear this. Come on. Go, anyway, next time, Sha. Next time. I know Patience said she has a few messages.
Story will never end.
You know, when Very Dark Man went to Turkey, he told me that I'm next. That after seeing Osime, I'm next.
Very Dark Man,
so be there.
Do something about it. Take it away.
So let's take the newspaper review right now. We're starting with Sporting Sun. Government laments neglect of football legends as Rufai is laid to rest. AFCON 2025 Taylor fires warning at Moses Simon Chukwueze. Details of that on page 2. Conte wants Aroko Dare in Napoli. The leading story says 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Okoye Iheanacho dropped as Chile releases 31-man provisional list for Rwanda-South Africa clashes. All right, so to the Weekend Trust. Why we declared Atiku's son-in-law wanted, says EFCC. Details of that on page 30. And on 34, 4 Benue lawmakers suspended over plot to impeach Speaker. From Arewa to Lagos, a journey of Northern Enterprise. Details of that on page 15. By-elections heightened fears for 2027. Rice mills collapsing. Details of these can be found on page 11. Now to Leadership Weekend. We story just above the masthead. Okay, there's a famous picture here, Thelma.
Oh, hi.
When deals turned sour, the sad story of Nigerian footballers. Dying in installments, Nigerians suffer silent death from lead battery poisoning. Details of that can be found on page 20. Now, removing electricity subsidy will worsen poverty among Nigerians. Labour tells federal government Tinubu should lessen burden on Nigerians, not aggravate it, says opposition. Details of that can be found on page 4. Now, the picture story is that of funeral prayer session for the late Emir of Zuru. You can see a series of dignitaries attending the ritual there. No more work visa for Nigerian truck drivers. Ex-Army Chief Buratai gives tips on how to defeat terrorism. Details of that on page 6. Now to Saturday Telegraph. Okay, to the leading story. Why North feels marginalized under Tinubu by ACF insist no automatic return for president, says claim of 42% allocations to region is propaganda, maintains unequal distribution of resources, contradicts Constitution. Details of this can be found on pages 220 and 21. We will hunt down killers of worshippers in Katsina, says federal government describes attack as callous, barbaric. PDP crisis. Stakeholders push for Wike, Fayose, others expulsion. Ahead NEC meeting. Governors move to Zamfara to firm up decision. We don't want those who will terminate our progress, but a judge. Now, a very interesting story here. Japan designates Kizarazu hometown for Nigerians to create special visas for skilled, innovative Nigerians. We're talking about skills and all of that. So it's very, very critical. Your degree will not take you anywhere, right? But will only add value to the skills you already have. Now, blueprint. Just above that, Japan trip, Tinubu's love, care for diaspora Nigerians, unprecedented. Arewa think tank, details of that on page 10. Subsidy removal windfalls. Governors squandering once-in-a-generation opportunity. Nigerians lament. Gains haven't translated into better roads, functioning clinics, others in states. Many governors lavish public funds on fleets of luxury SUVs and needless travels economies. Funds should be invested in education, healthcare, job creation, NGO. State assemblies must wake up to their responsibilities. Yakubu, details of that can be found on pages 8 and 9, because it's expected that if the governor is not doing the right thing, the state assemblies are there to
check and balance. Check and balance.
It's as simple as that.
Are you done? Okay.
Yes, that's much you can take from the papers.
Fine. Okay, so let me take some messages. This one says, good morning from Port Harcourt. I am a practical lecturer with the Department of Music, University of Port Harcourt. How can I feature in your music show on NTA Weekend Deal with some of my students? He says, is there any financial implication to appear? Also, is your studio in Abuja or Lagos? What are the recording dates? Kindly reply. God bless you richly. I love what you're doing. Okay, so our producer is going to get back to you and give you the details. Yeah. Okay, good morning. I am Wafo Moses from Enugu. Today's topic is so educative and inspirational. Please, NTA, keep it up. Thank you so much. You people are lecturers. I started watching Weekend Deal last Saturday. Really, you are helping Nigerians through correct resource persons. Well done. Okay, well done.
And let's give it up for our experts.
Yes,
the quality of guests that we have been bringing on set for Weekend Deal. I mean, the conversation.
I mean. Yes. We have niched it.
Our guests need to sign up now.
That must be the word of the day.
Yes. Can we have them say our final words? Can they say their final words?
Let's take this last one, please. Then, Mrs. Amini, God bless you, presenter. This is beyond good, and then it's beyond the certificate. Tell Ochai Shoes that I am proud of him. Naomi, his wife.
Can you see? See, we have a message for how. Please ensure that Mr. Ochai gets us shoes.
Do you want your
Yes, promise, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, another said, my name is Abo Adai. Ochai was my classmate in Ubokolo. Your friends are watching.
Mr. Ochai, let's wrap up. Your final words, and then Lady OK would say. What are your final words?
My final word is this. We are all artists. And the paintbrush of our life is in our hands. Woo. So go out there, create yourself. That's Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci that you are. And the world will celebrate you.
That's it. And niche it.
Lady OK.
Okay, so what I would say is identify your gifts and honor your path. Stay on your lane. Commit to the process. It was Nelson Mandela who said, life is not made of straight victories, but of falls, of stumbles. But through it all, we get up and we keep going. So go out there, impact your world, keep going, and I'll see you at the top.
Someone once told me that anytime.
Give us this.
Well, no, that anytime they're watching Weekend Deal, anytime they're watching Weekend Deal, they're always, with their pen. Exactly.
Mr. Musical, let's take it away.
Some of us now producer. Some of us in a teacher. Some of us now professor. Hey. Some of us in a cobbler. Èmi ní tèmi, mi ò mọ̀jọ́ rìn lọ. Orin bá mi sùn, ó ń bá mi jí, mi ò mọ̀jọ́ rìn lọ. Èmi ní tèmi, mi ò mọ̀jọ́ rìn lọ. Orin bá mi sùn, ó ń bá mi jí, mi ò mọ̀jọ́ rìn lọ. Bàtà mi adùn kókó ká. Bàtà rẹ̀ adùn kókó ká. Bó bá ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀, bàtà rẹ̀ adùn kókó ká. Bó bá kàwé rẹ̀, bàtà mi adùn kókó ká. Bí n bá kọrin mi, bàtà mi adùn kókó ká. Bó bá kàwé rẹ̀, bàtà rẹ̀ adùn kókó ká. Bí n bá ṣiṣẹ́ mi, bàtà mi adùn kókó ká. Bàtà rẹ̀ adùn kókó ká. Ọ̀chai. Bàtà rẹ̀ adùn kókó ká. Bí n bá kàwé mi, bàtà mi adùn kókó ká. Bí n bá kọrin mi, bàtà mi adùn kókó ká. Bí n bá kàwé mi, bàtà mi adùn kókó ká.